Welcome to the Big Time Sports Show.
Big Time Sports Show.
The Big Time Sports Show, a look at sports in and around the Tuscarawas Valley.
Big Time Sports Show. Sports Show.
The Big Time Sports Show is brought to you exclusively by Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota. For a great deal on a new or used car, truck, van, or SUV, see a Ferris wheel. Ferris on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris.
Now, here are your Big Time Sports Guys.
Big Time Sports Guys.
Taking care of sports business is the mellow tones of Charlie Jones and the voice of the Akron Zips, Joe Dunn.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the weekly edition of Big Time Sports. My name is Joe Dunn, Charlie Jones alongside as always. And here's your invitation to join us for the next half hour as we update you on high school football all over the area as we get set for week number 4, which starts early this week. Boy, it's a great game coming up Thursday night. It'll be Canton Central Catholic hosting undefeated St. Thomas Aquinas. Both teams 3-0. We'll talk about that one a little bit later. But Charlie, we have 2 more TV games for our fans all over the area to watch coming up Saturday and Sunday.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe. Let's take a look at that Friday night game with Hoover and Canton McKinley.
That's our radio game.
Should be a dandy.
Yep.
All right? Should be a dandy. Now, what about Canton McKinley?
0-3. Yeah.
0-3. Now, can Donnie Hertler at 2-1 go to Fawcett Stadium, okay, and get them?
I think he can. I think it's going to be a closer game than people think. McKinley still has Eric Glover-Williams. I think probably the best player in Stark County. It's going to be tough. Hoover 2-1, McKinley 0-3. McKinley needs this one badly. It's the first game of the Federal League, and they need it.
You and your stepson, Troy Richardson, will be in the booth, okay, over at Jackson for the Jackson late game. Now, that, of course, is the TV game. Now,
exactly.
Now, tell me about the Jackson Polar Bears. I think that Jackson will win that game Friday night. What do you think?
I like Jackson in that game also. They have a very high-powered offense led by Ricky Spradling, Jake Pilata at quarterback, Shane Ridgway, and Kemp, the wide receivers. Those guys could put a lot of points on the board. It's the Jackson defense that, to me, is still a question mark. If the defense comes along and plays as well as the Jackson offense, they can be as good as anybody in Stark County.
I think Jackson and Bo Balderson go to 4-0 after Friday night. Now, Joe, let's travel south, okay, to Crater Stadium in Dover, where your buddy Mellow Tones will be in the booth, okay, with the 2 Lee brothers, Ugly and Homely, okay, for the big Dover Austintown Fitch game. Joe, it doesn't get any better than Austintown Fitch. I haven't seen them yet, but they tell me they got 3 D1
That's right.
players on that squad. So what are you thinking, Dover or Fitch?
I would love to say Dover, but I'm going to go with Austintown Fitch simply because they have some outstanding athletes and big-time college prospects. Not that Dover can't win, but Fitch has got to be the favorite in that one.
I think you're right, Joe. You know, Dan Ipt, one of the better coaches in the whole state of Ohio,
Right.
down there at Dover, he's going to have his kids ready to go.
Oh,
He'll be
without a
throwing the
doubt.
ball all over T County. It'll be a knockdown. They'll score 90 points in that game probably.
Hopefully Dover has one more than Fitch.
Yes, that's true. That's what we're hoping down there.
Exactly.
Yep.
Hey, right now, let's look back at last week's big wins. Let Charlie make a comment or two. Let's take a look at that Jackson-Toledo St. Francis game. It was Jackson 48, Toledo St. Francis 20. The Polar Bears remain 3-0, putting a lot of points on the board.
They are, and I'll tell you what, this is one that, of course, I had right last week. Hey, Jackson wins this going away. They had a nice game, and Toledo St. Francis really wasn't in it, I don't think.
Not early, but their outstanding running back banged up a little bit. He's a Division I prospect also. Coswell, the kid out of St. Francis, has had some big games, but Jackson put the stronghold on him on Friday night as the Polar Bears go 3-0. How about Perry? They go down to New Philadelphia and knock off the Quakers 35-27 for their first win of the season.
All right, this, of course, was my only loss last week. I went with the New Philadelphia Quakers. Joe, hey, Perry is a lot better than 1 and 2. You could take that to the bank. Perry is going to win some ball games yet this season.
Yeah, Perry put a scare into Massillon, as everybody remembers, in week number 1. Good football team. Coach Wakefield doing a good job bringing that Perry program back. How about Aquinas? They are now 3-0. They can score with anybody in the county. They knock off the Marlington Dukes 49-35. Boy, their quarterback, Megalin, is a kid we had on the show a couple weeks ago. Very, very outstanding, good quarterback. He's going to be a load for Central Catholic to contend with.
He is. Anthony Megalin, a great athlete over there at St. Thomas Aquinas. You know, Coach Bud and Anthony Megalin and his teammates right here in the studio. And, Joe, we talked to them a little bit about the Marlington Dukes. They were all convinced at that time that we talked to them they could beat them, and that's exactly what they did.
Exactly. How about Canton Central Catholic? They got a big win over Minerva. Not that I was surprised that Canton Central won. I thought they would win this game, but to outscore Minerva 31-0, that was the shocker to me.
That's right. That's exactly right. When I picked up the newspaper the next morning, Joe, and I thought, what? 31-0. Minerva doesn't even score on them. You know what I mean? Jeff Lindesmith at 3-0. He's undefeated as a head coach.
Yeah, Minerva had some kids that were hurt, but nonetheless, that's an impressive win for Canton Central Catholic. They are now 3-0. How about Northwest? I'll tell you, over there on the new turf in Canal Fulton, they got a big win over Orville, 42-27. The Indians are 2-1.
They're 2-1. They win by 15. Northwest, of course, and Orville. And remember, I'm the one who told you this. Could be in the same conference here pretty soon. Same conference. Remember, I told you that.
I heard it here first with Charlie Jones. I remember
That's exactly right, buddy.
How about the Massillon Tigers? They are now 3-0. They knock off Warren Harding 46-24. There's no doubt in my mind, when you take a look at Jackson and Massillon and Aquinas, those are three very high-scoring football teams.
They are.
Now, the question is defense. Jackson's defense, Massillon's defense, and also Aquinas' defense. If those three teams play outstanding defense, they're going to win the majority of the games. The question mark to me with Massillon, again, is their defense. They're giving up a lot of yardage. They're giving up a lot of points, even though they are 3-0.
Against the pass or against the run, Joe? Because I haven't seen Massillon play yet. We know they can score points, but you're right. Can they play defense?
A little bit of both.
Against the pass or the run?
Yeah, a little bit of both.
All right, buddy. But Tigers with another win.
Exactly. They're going to keep winning. They have a team coming in from Canada this week, and they should go 4-0.
Not another Canadian team. You got to be kidding me. Why would somebody schedule these YMCA teams from Canada? You and I, Joe, can beat these YMCA teams from Canada. Why don't we just get the Massillon cheerleaders to play this team from Canada?
Well, you're going to have an opportunity to ask Coach Hertler that in a minute, because he knocked off a Canadian
That's exactly
team.
right, and I will too. I can't believe it, these teams from Canada.
There you go. Well, that takes care of segment number 1. When we come back, we'll be joined by North Canton head football coach Donnie Hertler in his 19th year as head football coach over at Hoover. Right now they are 2-1, getting ready for Canton McKinley on Friday night. We're back with more Big Time Sports right after this.
The Big Time Sports Show with Charlie and Joe will be back right after this word from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota.
Ferris Toyota is driving down the prices during our summer drive sale. Hi, this is Pat Ferris. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for just $139 a month. Camrys for $159, RAV4s for $169, and Priuses for $199. And every lease includes 24 months of no-cost maintenance. Toyota even has 0% financing on 12 different models to make it even better. Ferris Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Let Designer Stone bring the beauty of natural stone into your home. Now granite from Designer Stone is affordable for your home. Granite is ideal for kitchen countertops, bathrooms, and floors, and is elegant and unique in color and patterns. Make granite from Designer Stone the choice to beautify your home. Call Designer Stone today at 1-866-860-4747.
There for you. Care for you at the health plan. We are here for you. There for you.
Okay, welcome back to the Big Time Sports Show. Joe Dunn along with Charlie Jones as we get set for week number 4 of the high school football season. Our featured team this week, the Vikings of North Canton Hoover High School. And with us, as always, the head coach at Hoover, beginning his 19th year as head coach, Don Hertler Jr. Coach, the fun and games are over. Now it's time for the Federal League. You're 2-1, but as you well know, things change once you get into league competition. I know you're going over to Fawcett Stadium Friday night, a big challenge over there.
Yeah, obviously we're real impressed with the skill of McKinley. Their offensive line is very big and physical. They always play good defense. They run so well. I told the kids today, in this league, the records don't matter. I don't care if it's week 4 of the season, week 10 of the season, the records don't matter. It's who plays best that night, who wants to win the most, who makes the least amount of mistakes, and hopefully our guys are mentally prepared and we can corral him in a little bit, not let him beat us at the end like he has the last couple years, and play great defense and find ways to get points on the board early and hopefully jump on them, play our best game.
No, you're 2-1. What has been, in your estimation, the most impressive thing with your football team through 3 games?
Well, I was disappointed with our physicalness the first game. I thought we were a little hesitant. I didn't think we were as physical as we need to be. We got beat in the physical battle. We played hard, but we gave up some big plays, and we're facing a better back this week than we did that game. And that kid Stowe is a very good player. They're a very good football team. We had opportunities, and we didn't get it done. And then the next week, we found a way to score 10 points in the fourth quarter against Louisville. Played an outstanding game. We had tons of guys make catches, tons of guys. We had interception by Allball and Brocker in the back end Clay and Brocker in the back end, which were huge for us. And changed the momentum, went down and scored, got a field goal with less than a minute to win that rival game. And that was a huge win for our kids, our community, and our school.
Coach, first of all, congratulations on your 200th win early this season. Your fan club down around Garaway told me to tell you congratulations. So,
well, thanks.
So there you have it. Now, before we roll tape, you talked about Charlie. We're not one guy. We're not 2 guys. We're not 3 guys. It's the whole unit this year, that seems to be meshing together to make one strong signal.
Well, we've got a great test this week with McKinley, obviously. They are scary. They're well coached. They're explosive. We've got to hold them back on explosive plays. Your question again was, how are we playing?
Yeah.
I don't know yet. This is going to be a great test. This is the best team we played, best talent we played, experienced Hall of Fame coach, good coaching staff. They've got athletes, and it's a battle every time we play them, and it's going to come down to a few plays and a few possessions. And again, we've got to really do a great job in all phases of the game, just play a solid football game with a lot of emotion, and turn it into one of our home games. I'm not sure what kind of crowd they'll have, but we've got to turn our emotion into a home game and not go on the road looking around and make it into a home game for us.
All right, Coach. Good luck Friday night, huh? Over there at Fawcett Stadium.
Thanks so much.
All right, Joe.
Coach, you brought 2 of your young men that you're counting on this year. Who'd you bring over?
I've got to my right Clay Haverfield. He's been a 2-year starter at Mike linebacker for us. Clay had a very outstanding game against Louisville. And him and Jake Jajak at linebacker did an outstanding job containing those guys. And then Clay had a bunch of tackles last week against actually a pretty good Canada team that made us play. It wasn't like we blew them out early and it was over. We had to play for 2.5, 3 quarters, and it was a good tune-up game for us, and we needed that game. And then we have Ian Baker over here who's a 2-way starter at defensive end and offensive tackle. He's early committed to Yale University. I think he can have a great academic and athletic career there. But more importantly, these 2 guys have been very consistent captains from the day the season was over last year. You can trust them. They care about Hoover football. And Ian's a difference maker on that edge and done a really good job at offensive tackle. Been fighting through some injuries, but he's fighting through them playing.
Ian, welcome to the program. I'll tell you, on your way to Yale, that is about as good as it gets as far as education in the Ivy League. Why Yale? Did you have some other decisions to make, or was it Yale from the beginning?
Really, since middle school, I wanted to go Ivy League. I knew that's where I wanted to end up. And this summer was really big for me. I got to go up north and see some of the schools that I could possibly go to. And really, when I got to Yale, it's where I felt at home. The coaching staff, the kids there, I just loved the campus and everything about it. And it was an easy decision for me on the spot. I knew I belonged there, and that's where I decided to go.
I'd say Yale, there's been some great politicians, some great writers, community leaders, world leaders. Where are we going to see you after your days at Yale are over? What are your plans?
Well, I'm looking into economics or possibly political science, and after that, hopefully pursuing a law degree. So you'll either see me in the courtroom or in the White House.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, congratulations on the commitment to Yale. Let's talk about this week at practice. As Coach said, it's a brand new season, Federal League. Have you seen the intensity up a little bit knowing that it's Federal League time?
Definitely. I mean, the season starts this week, really. We've got those 3 playoff games that's what they're good for, playoff points. But we know as a team that we want to win a Federal League championship, and we know that it's time for our season to start and for us to get out there against McKinley for it's going to be a huge game, and we're excited. You know, Coach talked about making Fawcett Stadium a home game for Hoover on Friday night. Does your mentality change or the emotions go up when you're playing on the road? Because there's nothing better as an athlete to go into somebody's court or field and knock them off. Is that something you take satisfaction in doing? Definitely. You got to love going to beat another team in their house. I mean, a loss at home is killer, and it demoralizes the team, and you got to love being that team that delivers that loss. What were your preparations this summer? I know you're a busy man. How'd you find time to work out and get ready for your senior year? Well, we had our workouts every morning as a team, building our team, getting closer, and we all ran and lifted together and staying late after those and just working out together as a team. And we really all worked together this summer, so it was all of us, not just individuals. Well, congratulations on your commitment to Yale, and best of luck the rest of the year, your final year of high school football. Thank you very much.
All right, let's go now with middle linebacker and fullback. This is our good friend Clay Haverfield, a 2-year starter for the North Canton Hoover Vikings. And Clay, welcome aboard, my friend.
Thanks. I feel welcome.
All right, now let's think about this, okay? So far, you've got a couple games under your belt, okay? If Coach Hertler said, Charlie, here's the report card on Clay Haverfield, how do you think Coach Hertler is going to grade you?
My first game, it was a little rough at my spot. I didn't play it to my ability, I think. I think I could have played with a little bit more the way I usually play. So I just wasn't myself that game. And then Louisville, I think I really stepped it up. That was probably my best game. I made some big plays, and we all did as a team, and we really joined together and got that win as a whole. And then my third game, probably, we did good. We didn't make many mistakes. So we just got our offense the ball, and they drove it down the field.
Somebody said to you, Clay, what is your, you play middle linebacker for North Canton. What does middle linebacker mean? What is your job description for Coach Don Hertler on this squad?
Middle linebacker for me at North Canton Hoover it's one of the biggest honors because you're the leader of the defense. You're the heart and the soul, and you keep everyone on. You just got to lead them and show them the way and lead by example.
Okay, so you're playing middle linebacker on D, and of course you're in the backfield running fullback on offense, okay? What happens if I said to you, one way Friday night is all you're going to play? You tell me if you want to play offense or defense, and why, my friend?
I usually play mostly defense. Like, I'll go in on offense if we run, like, 2 fullbacks or if we're running, like, ISO or something up the middle, but I'd probably pick D because that's what I usually play, and I love it. 2 more questions, and I'm going to turn the microphone back over to my buddy Joe. Who's your favorite NFL football player, and why? My favorite NFL football player? Luke Kuechly, just because he's the best right now, and he's doing amazing things, honestly. Okay, final question. Your buddy here, Ian, going to go on to Yale, okay? Major in political science, maybe be an attorney, playing football. What's my buddy Clay Haverfield going to do after you graduate? I'm not really sure yet. I like the business side of things, so I was thinking public relations, working with people. I like interacting with others. So. Any aspirations of maybe a football game or 2 after Hoover? Maybe. We're looking into that right now. So. All right, Clay, you're a nice young man. Thanks for coming in. Good luck Friday night. Good luck the rest of the season. Thank you. Okay.
Say, Coach, that's what makes coaching fun. These 2 guys and more like them, right?
Yep, and I've got a couple other great captains here.
There you go. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will meet these 2 young men that play football at Hoover. As far as Ian and Clay are concerned, thanks for coming over, guys. Best of luck the rest of the season. We're coming back with more Big Time Sports right after this.
The Big Time Sports Show with Charlie and Joe will be back right after this word from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota.
Ferris Toyota is driving down the prices during our summer drive sale. Hi, this is Pat Ferris. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for just $139 a month. Camrys for $159, RAV4s for $169, and Priuses for $199. And every lease includes 24 months of no-cost maintenance. Toyota even has 0% financing on 12 different models to make it even better. Ferris Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
When the door of opportunity opens, what do you see? A landscape to pursue your passion and a rewarding career. A university with $120 million in student awards to lower the cost of education. A place where work opportunities during college lead to great jobs.
Akron has opened my eyes to so many opportunities.
New career options.
Akron gave me the motivation to make my dreams come true.
The University of Akron, where you get the greatest lifetime return on investment of any Northeast Ohio public university.
Our commitment has always been to you. You inspire our compassion that leads to better care. You're the reason we invest in technologies and facilities that provide better results and greater comfort. You motivate us to be the best we can be every day, and we'll continue doing it. Altman Hospital, leading our community to improved health.
Welcome back to Big Time Sports. As we said, our featured team this week, the Vikings of North Canton Hoover. And Coach, we met two of your outstanding captains. You got two more, and I know you're equally proud of these two young men.
Yes, sir. I have Chris Bledsoe to my right, tailback, fullback, and defensive end, and a little bit of linebacker and a very good special teams guy. And then Alex Schaefer, who is our nose, who's been a self-made player in the offseason, really has made great progress from last year to this year.
I'll tell you what, Alex, nose guard right in the middle of that defense.
Yes, sir.
I'm guessing, I look at you, I see a mild-mannered young man, very studious. I'm guessing your personality has to change on Friday night, because if it doesn't, you're going to get in trouble. Tell us how you turn it on every Friday night from what you normally are walking the hallways of Hoover.
Yes, sir. Usually I'm not as quiet as you might think I am, but I like to be kind of like more outgoing.
Sure.
And especially on the field, like I like to turn it up and make it seem like it's my environment. I always make it my environment out there, and I just like to be kind of crazy in the head sometimes, just kind of get in my mode.
Typical defensive player. That's the only way you can get it done. What are some of the things you do close to the game to get yourself motivated? Special music you listen to, a certain food you eat, something clothing you wear? What gets you fired up?
I do a lot of pacing around and, just listening to not anything soothing music or anything like that. I listen to a lot of like metal and stuff to get myself pumped up.
Of course, you're going against some of the biggest guys in the offensive line, those centers. And at what point in the game do you realize, hey, I can take this guy, or I got to turn it on a little bit more because he's starting to get me?
Usually by the first, second snap, I realize what I'm going against and how I need to work against them and what I need to do to be the best for my defense.
And what about scouting different centers? You watch them on tape during the week. Do you get some of their tendencies, how quick they are, or some things they like to do?
Yeah, yes, sir. Like sometimes centers will be more susceptible to like push-pulls, different moves and stuff. Some of them will turn their shoulders, and that's what you kind of got to watch for, so you know what your game plan is heading into the game.
You know, they talk about the chemistry of an offensive line, how those guys work together, they're always together. Is that the same with your defensive front? I mean, you guys count on each other, talk a lot, or how's that work defensively?
Yeah, we always talk. We're always ready to talk and get moved around into our spots that we need to be, and we always work as a team. It's never been out there that we haven't worked as a team. We've always worked as a unit out there.
I'm not going to mention any names, Coach didn't either, but we know what Friday night brings, one of the better players in the state of Ohio.
Sir.
That's always a challenge for a defense.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it is, and I think we're ready for the challenge. We've been practicing hard all week, and I think we deserve to bring out this win and beat them on their own home turf.
Of course, a brand new season. It's kind of cliche, but it really begins Friday night with the Federal League, and I know you guys are going to be pumped. How much fun is it going to be out there?
Very fun. We just got to make it our environment out there. We can't let their fans or anything like them turn our minds at all, and we just got to bring our emotion and everything we got towards them.
Quickly, what's your future look like? College, and after that, what would you like to do?
I'm enlisting in the United States Marine Corps, and maybe college after that, so I'm not sure yet.
I'll tell you what, as a former Marine, that's a wise choice. Best of luck to you.
All right, thank you.
I'll tell you, Charlie, he looks like a Marine, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He does look like a Marine. I think you're right, Joe. Let's go now to our favorite tailback, and defensive end. This is Chris Bledsoe. Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start out with an easy one for you, okay? Finish this sentence for old Charlie, will you? For us to beat McKinley Friday night, I need to
help the team play as one. Do my job so the team.
How do you do that? You're a senior captain. What is being a senior captain for Hoover? Because Hoover is a prestigious, as you know, football program. Okay. What does it mean to you to be a senior captain for the Hoover Vikings?
It means taking charge, and when practice isn't going as well, we got to pick up the pace, or whenever we're in a bad situation, try to get everyone riled up and get us out of that situation.
Let's go back to last year's, and I probably shouldn't do this because Coach Hertler probably beat knots on my head. Hopefully he doesn't do it till after the show's over. Let's go to last year's McKinley game, okay? What is the one play in that McKinley game that you will never, ever forget?
Probably 55 Dave. We were in our heavy package and went through the hole, and Eric Glover Williams was coming through the hole, and I smacked him as hard as I could and put him on his butt.
All right, baby. So you always got to remember that one, aren't you?
Oh, yes, sir.
See, Coach, I told you these guys were paying attention, all right? Okay, now, what about this past summer? You knew you were going into your last season of putting that Viking helmet on, okay? How did you spend your summer getting ready for your senior season of football?
Being in the weight room, running track, being with the team in the weight room, not only like doing the bare minimum, but staying after, working harder and longer than I thought anyone else would be working.
All right, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked a couple of your teammates. Offense or defense, and why?
I prefer to play offense because you have the ball, and I feel like you can control the game more from the offensive standpoint.
Okay. All right, now, final question. We got your teammates are going on to college. What about my buddy Chris Bledsoe? What are you going to do after you graduate from Hoover High School?
I plan on going to college somewhere in Texas.
Texas?
Yes, sir.
Texas? Why would you want to go to Texas when you got Ohio here? Huh?
I moved up here halfway through my freshman year from Texas.
Oh, I see. You got family back home.
Yes, sir.
Family is important, okay? Family is the second most important thing in your life, and I know you don't realize that, okay? Your religion and your family is number one and number two. You're a nice young man. Very best of luck, okay?
Thank you.
And tell everybody in Texas I said hello, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy.
Okay, Charlie, are you ready? Before
I'm
we
ready,
get to
baby.
scouting report on McKinley, are you ready for your picks for week number 4?
Let's do it. 5-1 last week,
You had
baby.
a comeback week because your first week I was starting to worry about you.
Coach, you give me a thumbs up or a thumb down when he gives me the game so I know what to pick. Okay. Go ahead, go.
All right, Thursday night, outstanding football game over at Canton Central Catholic. Aquinas 3-0, Central Catholic 3-0. Huge crowd over there. What do you think?
Going to be a big crowd, but guess what? They're playing over at Canton Central Catholic. Linda Smith still remains undefeated as the head coach.
You like Central?
Absolutely.
Okay. Federal League game over at Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson. The Polar Bears 3-0, Lake 1-2.
Don't you know Bo? I know Bo. Huh? I say Bo is also undefeated after Friday night.
All right, you like the Polar Bears.
I do.
I'll tell you, a pretty good game in the NBC. You got Louisville 2-1 at Salem 2-1.
What do you think?
Looking for help on this one?
I'm looking for help on this one.
He's not going to say.
Louisville.
All right, I'm going with the Leopards,
I don't
baby.
think Louisville will lose another game all year.
I
No
like
kidding.
it. Yeah.
You're that convinced. I'm going with Louisville thanks to Coach Hertler.
All right. How about Perry? Coach Wakefield starting to get it together over there. They go up to Parma, Padua.
I'm going to go with Parma, Padua on this one.
Okay. CVCA, uncharacteristic. They are 0-3 right now. They will be at Canton Timken. 1-2.
All right, I'm going with the Royals from CVCA, even though they haven't won a game yet.
Okay. And Carrollton, they're 3-0. They will be at Canton South, who's 0-3, but a dangerous football team.
Canton South is a dangerous football team, but they're not near dangerous enough for the Carrollton Warriors.
You like Carrollton. All right. Coach, quick comment on McKinley.
We've got to play fast. We've got to be strong in all three phases. We need a guy like Chris Bledsoe, who's been banged up for the last few weeks.
This has been the Big Time Sports Show.
Big Time Sports Show.
With your Big Time Sports guys, the mellow tones of Charlie Jones and the voice of the Akron Zips, Joe Dunn. The Big Time Sports Show has been brought to you exclusively by Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota on Wabash Avenue in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris.
Tune in every week and see the guys take care of sports biz.
Big Time Sports Show.